Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to share a few photos of a 5-day tour of the northwest part of France that I went on a couple of years ago. So this was a 5-day trip I went on with my friend Marcus, who hired a motorcycle from somewhere around Portsmouth. I met him there. I rode down from North London on my Yamaha fz6. He then picked up a Honda CB650, did a bit of a tour of the south of England, and then got overnight ferry down from Portsmouth to Saint-Malo. Getting off the ferry, feeling a little hungover. We didn't have a heavy day. We toured around the coast slightly, past the town of Cancale, and then stayed the night at a Airbnb close to the Mont Saint-Michel. The next day we did a slightly longer day, venturing into the countryside of Lower Normandy, and at the end of the day found ourselves booking a couple of rooms in a hotel near the town of Caen. The following day we made our way through a beautiful national park, over the Seine River, past Dieppe, and stayed at another B&B close to Abbeville. And finally we made our way back up to Calais, across the Channel, and down across the south of England, and then finally back up to London. If anyone watching is living in the south of England and really looking for somewhere to go and really get out of your bubble and even leave the country for just a few days, getting the ferry across to Saint-Malo is a fantastic thing to do. You get a lot of mileage done, and it covers a night of accommodation as well. And there's also some very interesting entertainment available. Check this out. It's a video. The poor woman thought I was taking a picture of her, so she was posing on stage. But I was taking a video, so she just stayed still for ages. It got a little awkward, and she later came up to us apologising for a poor performance. But I wasn't there to judge. I was just, it was just an entertaining, slightly odd scenario. It was like being transported back in time. But as you can see, being just out of season around March, April time, the ship was dead. It was like a ghost ship. We had the whole place to ourselves to really run riot and have a good time. So as mentioned previously, first day off the ferry, feeling a little hungover. Priority was take it easy, hit some nice country roads and get some nice food inside of us. The weather was great, the roads were great and the views were great, as you can see here. But on that day, we stopped off at this amazing place just outside Cancale to have some outrageously delicious oysters. Take a look. The way we were organising accommodation on this trip is that we didn't actually book any apart from the ferry across the channel. So we'd ride all day, and when we get to about 3-4 o'clock, we would then just get on the Airbnb or booking.com and find somewhere to stay. And this was our first place here. This was a lovely little farmhouse with plenty of space to park the bikes and an amazing view from the front window. It also had just straight block colours in each room. Solid purple, solid green, solid blue, no subtlety, hardly any beige. Next day we were back on the road with perfect weather once again, having an amazing time. Stopped off for some great sort of Algerian lunch. The day was a bit longer than we had the day before, so it ended up getting pretty cold. So when we got around the town Caen, we just packed it in and said, let's just get a hotel. But on the way there we saw some amazing architecture, and of course, as usual, fantastic weather and great roads. The riding was as good as I've ever had. But at the end of the day, we're happy to have our bikes locked away in the secure car park of the hotel. Now, my only regret with this trip is not taking more photos. This was well before my YouTube days, and I guess we were just busy living it. But the next couple of days, as usual, were just fantastic. We were so lucky with the weather. But another thing that was a real plus was meeting the owners of these two Airbnbs we stayed in. The first one that you just saw in the farmhouse, she was such a friendly woman. I speak a bit of French, so we enjoyed talking to her a little bit. She, obviously worked hard in life and had the most gammy leg I'd ever seen, limping along, but seemed perfectly happy with life. This trip was a great short trip, especially for those in the south of England, obviously. Really get out of your bubble, and I really would do it again. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.